locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. So they got some pressure, maybe hoping to get a safety, and they get roughing the passer.
And gave up a pass completion as well. Nothing really went right on that play for them.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Running it with Jacobs. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He can't get him down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And they're going to get him. They bring him down and sack back at the 16-yard line. Grover Stewart make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Carr now to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on 3rd and goal. Carr going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First and 10, Taylor now. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season, and obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs, so those teams, no doubt they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Carr to throw. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now a dump off here complete. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what it is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
On first down, Taylor. And down inside the 15 he goes.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself...
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action. Now Carr. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. With a play fake to Jacobs. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun now for Carr. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Hines. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Taylor. They find some open field here. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Carr.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down. And
incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
123 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Throwing now is Wentz. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Taylor not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
2nd down and goal. Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here's Wentz to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
And here's Rodgers on the return. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Yannick Ngakoue just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Colts extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. To try again after the sack. Carr. Caught outright by Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To the left side here for Eifert.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Oh, able to avoid him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Carr to throw again. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they've had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Well, 153 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
And now it's Valdez-Scantling on the end around. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. A little juke. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hines. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it. And you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the